One sec. This thing got all derpy on me. Oh, nice. There we go. My mouse kind of stopped working, so I was doing everything by touch, and it messed up which screen was which. But it should be fine now. Made a couple of changes to the ship. I smoothed out the wings, took off the glowy bits. I have some ideas for my next very similar ship build. I want to spread it out with a couple more halves on the back. You know what? I got super sleepy last night and I dozed off. And when I woke up, Sea Runner was still streaming. It was just before he ended. It's like, well, I guess I needed that nap. Oh, I forgot to change the thing. Can I still change it? One moment. My lips are dry. I'm going to put on some lip balm.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard whenever you're ready.
I need your permission to deliver a terramorph tissue sample to Mars.
A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
Things didn't go as advertised. Only one alive only one alive was the researcher who gave me a sample and a gene tag.
A gene tag? Let me see that. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. And was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens.
So this might actually be an urgent mission then.
Certainly seems that way. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special?
She's not sure what it means. She wants a Dr. Walker on Mars to analyze it and confirm it's a threat.
I see. This has been one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. I did actually have another mission lined up for you, supporting UC system defense against the Crimson Fleet. But now I guess you have two options on how to proceed. Head to the UC Vigilance and help out SysDef, or deliver that sample. I'll make sure you've got the proper clearances for either path. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Okay, now I kind of understand why Reaver usually kind of pairs these up a little bit. Because from here, the UC Vanguard mission and the Crimson Fleet mission would kind of go to Mars. So you could really just two birds, one stone that thing. Interesting. I'm also getting used to reading a lot of my lines out loud, as well as letting the full dialogue go through, because my offspring is very, very dyslexic, and they have to link to start watching my VODs now, so I want to make sure that they're getting all of the content.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander?
Nope. I don't actually just say no. I say none. I'm just eager to get started, which is a lie. The real
Understood.
answer is nope.
If you'd follow me, please. So, you're the Vanguard that took down that Terramorph on Tau Ceti. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments.
I would be very surprised if a
All
Terramorph
right,
attack happened on the
Vanguard,
Vigilance,
take the
but
lift up to Ops, Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Hey.
Hey,
I believe we have something important to discuss.
Yeah.
Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC SysDef. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's
I
offer.
literally came straight here, dude. Tuala convinced me it would be for the greater good, so here I am.
It
Pathetic.
appears he certainly picked the right person for the job. So, now that you're part of the team, allow me to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
Impressive ship, but I don't see where I fit in.
Whether this ship is impressive or not, you're the key element that we've been lacking. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
Did he literally just call me the key ingredient? Shouldn't it just be you're the plot device? Persuasion. Get me in a room with them and I'll talk them into anything. I mean, that's not wrong.
Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Sounds simple enough.
You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
So we've got, if this is the best plan you've got, we're both in trouble. You must have quite a bit of confidence in my abilities. That's a lot to absorb. And point the way, I'll get it done. Let's see. If this is the best plan you've got, we're both in trouble.
Well then, I suppose you'll just have to take your chances. In the meantime, I expect you to follow my orders, to the letter. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
I'm just doing this for the money.
Fine. Whatever gets the job done. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
I don't exactly do well with following rules and regulations.
Well, you better learn quick. Otherwise, I'll start looking for someone to take your place.
Bitch, who the hell do you
Anyway,
think you're talking
It's time
to?
to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck. You have your orders.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
So basically, you want me to steal from thieves.
Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Akande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
Security. If there's incriminating data out there, I'll find it.
For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind.
Oh, I'm sorry
Seen what
I'm
I've seen,
yawning so
You
much.
understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
I'll bring you as much evidence as I can find.
That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts.
Credits? Now you're speaking my language.
Commander Akande came up with the idea. He was concerned you might not help us simply because it was the right thing to do. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Dismissed. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to,
I'll be here if you
Dipsist?
have any more questions.
Listen, you invited me. Hi, Vaughn. How's it going?
Pardon.
I really think UC Sisters is actually my least favorite of the factions. Are you following me? Bro, back up. Personal space. Also, I'm taken. My goodness. I did not realize I would be yawning this much when I started. Oh, shit! Okay, didn't mean to do that. I was focusing on the fact that my weapons weren't all lit up. Collecting powers, good, good. How far along are you in getting all of the powers to 10? I'm not gonna lie. I cheated. I have a mod called All Powers at Max Level. It puts a button in your room at the lodge and you just spank it 10 times and you're maxed. Yeah, I thought so. There's just certain elements of the grind that I don't appreciate, and
The Lux
if
Condors
I
aren't anything
find
special.
myself dreading a part of the game to the point where it's not fun, I see no reason why I shouldn't just cheat code my way out of it.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to...
I'm here to sell, but I'm looking for you.
Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that line. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm just having a laugh. What have you got for me?
Listen, sweetheart, I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of cute, but I don't like the attitude. Take a look at this sample.
Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
If you can't handle it, point me at someone who can.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC security catches on. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit.
See, that's the way to go, Bottle. If you got a friend who can take over all the grindy stuff for you. Oh, and Vaughn, you might have missed it. I'm actually going into, doing the full dialogue options because my offspring is very severely dyslexic, and they're going to start watching my VODs. So I want to actually make the story accessible to them as well. Pay 1,000 credits. Does this work?
You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you. There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Wish I could say the same. Now, since I'm here, I believe I can talk to this chap. Alright, first of all.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh. Not here for a delivery, are you?
I was told a man named Walker works here.
Worked. Past tense. Dr. Walker hasn't been employed here for some time now.
A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best.
I can try and track him down for you.
That won't be necessary. The Trade Authority isn't interested in employing someone so unreliable. But we would like the money he owes us. If you can convince him to pay his debts, we'd be most grateful.
I'm not your bill collector. I just need to know how to find him.
Pity. Perhaps a little advance on my part might pique your interest. Visit the Sixth Circle, a bar on the lowest level of the city. If someone in Cydonia knows where Percival is, you'll find them there.
Okay. I get it. I get why people double these up now, because right now I can go talk to Adler and he will send me down to pretty much the same level as the Sixth Circle. Alright, I'm getting it now.
My buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him
Did
out
I
with
get the
something.
duckies and magazines while I was here already? Do you remember to try that, or like check out? Wait, I know exactly where I can check to see if I got the UC ducky here.
Hey, friendo. Got any special goods you're willing to part with? Maybe we can make a deal.
Okay. No, that's right. It's usually on his desk. Alright, I gotta definitely pick that up already.
Sometimes I wish I'd taken an easier job.
Neva, sit down, have a drink. So, smooth jump into the Soul system? UC security hassle you?
Cut the crap, Adler, and let's make this quick. There's only so long I can stand a stink of minor sweat and stale beer.
Okay, take it easy. Here's the fleet's kickback, just like I promised.
What is this bullshit? This is half. Half of what you promised.
No reason to get upset, sweetie. Security around Sedonia's been cracking down, and it's tough to get the Deimos marks to play ball. That means I'm spending big on bribes, covering lost shipments. This isn't exactly like running a pharmacy out here, you know.
Two things, Adler. And I'm gonna make this simple enough so even a total imbecile like yourself can understand. One, I don't give a damn about your excuses. You owe us the agreed amount on time every month. And two, you call me sweetie ever again, and I'll shove my knife so far up your ass that people will mistake you for a unicorn.
Okay, sorry, Neva. I'll make it work. Here's the rest.
That's more like it. I'll see you in a month.
What
Unless
up?
you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away.
Give sample. What's your face? Bowden said you could help me move some of this.
Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sedonia heard you. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first.
No problem.
Right down to business! And no small talk. I like it. Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back.
Alright, I'll get it done.
Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
Now, most of the guys, they shake, what's his face down. I'm a lot more altruistic with poor people. And I don't care if they're lying about having the money or not. I would just prefer to handle it for them.
There's something very satisfying. It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for Devil's Vets and their kin.
See, it's not just me. I'm glad you understand. Like, I always let Musgrove go. I always save Tomo in my like my self-insert character of Cupcake. She is actually a very compassionate, like almost Robin Hood level kind of person where her whole goal is to just slowly degrade corporations from the inside and then feed those profits to the poor people. Easy now, I'm Vanguard. Heard you might know where Percival Walker is.
Doc Walker? You're barking up the wrong...
You. Why don't you come here and tell me what some Vanguard captain wants with Walker? Stray topsider wanders into my bar asking after a man like Percival Walker. Raises questions. What do you want with him?
Starborn, I know you're hiding Walker. I'll deal with his debt if you'll put us in contact.
Quite the bold claim to make. But if you are actually willing to help Percival, well, I might be inclined to return the favor. A friend to one devil is a friend to us all.
It's interesting that as a Starborn who already knows that they're hiding him and that they're going to ask for his debt to be cleared. Like, as a Starborn, couldn't you just skip past all of this? And yes, Vaughn, you are 100% correct on that as well. Like, I'll fake nice with the very powerful, very rich, very corrupt, but my end game is to just help as many people as possible. I'll see if I can get rid... No, I'm going to get rid of his debt. No, I'll just see if I can get... Because he's going to go rambling. And I don't want to deal with him. Yeah. I'll see if I can get rid of his debt. I'm going to get rid of his debt.
That's good to hear. Now, you want my opinion? Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct, if you've got credits to throw away. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs. And one friend of Percival's to another. Sidonia's full of old utility tunnels and crawl spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that led out right into the authority's storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now, what say you get out there and help Dr. Walker?
Hey, you. Percival's ears.
Wait, what did he just say about an entrance behind the bar? Isn't this the Broken Sphere? No, this is a Sixth Circle. I'm gonna have to pay more attention to that next time. Alright, I did get the ducky here. No, I don't want that. Okay, maybe I do want that.
careful near the railings on the upper levels. It's a long way down.
Okay, if the door to the barracks is open, then I was probably here already. Okay, yeah, I got the magazines and stuff here.
Long ago. But we could still
Seek a community center representative to plan your event for regular. Is Mars treating you well?
Oh man. I got so lost in the sauce setting up all the other stuff on my channel, like goals and things. I completely forgot to enable some sort of auto mod.
But if one lives only for the moment,
I do feel
they can't see the
betrayed.
forest for the trees.
But they keep
or
saying they've changed.
stars for the light.
Something I can help you with?
I'm here to collect the credits you owe Adler Kemp.
Adler Kemp? Who the heck is that?
Crippling. If I broke your arm, then maybe it'd help jog your memory. I'm just mean a little bit at
Okay.
first because I get answers
Alright.
faster.
No need to get violent. Let me think. Wait, you said Adler Kemp. Yeah, sure. I remember him. Totally forgot I borrowed a few credits from the guy. My mistake. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah?
That's not good enough.
What the heck do you want me to do, then? Huh? Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Don't worry, buddy, I got you. Promise to stop borrowing from Adler, and I'll pay the debt for you.
Holy crap. Really? You'd do that for me? Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. For everything. And don't worry. I'll never borrow anything from Adler again. I promise.
Prepare for today's final subterranean particle detonation.
See, in real life, I know for a fact I would be the poorest rich person out there. Because I would always be taking care of everybody else instead of hoarding the wealth.
Detonation in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What a long day.
Okay, so return to Adler and... Right, the debt. Okay. So both of those are right upstairs. Okay. I never thought about just doing these two missions at exactly the same time, but directionally they make sense. They both hit the same areas. At least for this part.
Sidonia can have a depressing effect on some people.
Was there something else?
I want to pay off Percival's debt.
Do you now? Very well. Let me take a look at his... Here, his current balance. And do remember, all transactions are final.
Pay a bunch of money. Here, consider Percival's debt paid.
Be cleared. Wonderful. Dr. Walker's dead is officially no longer our problem. You have my thanks.
Cool, cool,
and if
cool,
you do
cool.
find him, please let Percival know I'm eagerly looking forward to never working with him again.
And bite me, you cheese dick. Alright. I am not going to tab out to try and check my notes, but it is going to take longer for me to check my phone notes using my phone. Quest locked for Rune. Quest locked Rejuven. Quest locked for Rune. Oh, quest locked main.
Mars isn't for everybody.
Oh, damn it. I missed that one. I'm gonna have to make sure I pick that up when I get back to Mast. Oops. Wrong button. Okay. Then... what's in Soul?
I swear that warning klaxon still startles me every time.
Okay, inside the deep mines. Halfway through the mines, in a large area with crew quarter habitats, the book is located on the second floor on a table near a research lab. Oh well, that's not going to be difficult at all, I'm sure. You know, listen, I have dyscalculia. Numbers get really messy with me really quick. And the last time I thought I was hacking it, I actually increased the debt and then had to pay that. Plus, look at how many credits I have. It's not like I couldn't afford it.
He can make a real good living working the mines here on Mars.
Have something for me?
Pay 3,000 credits. Yep, it's all here.
Well, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message?
He got the message.
Nice. Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, associates?
If you think they can handle me.
That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva Mora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
Mm-hmm. So Vaughn, I'll be clear. I've usually just used either Ramtech or the cheat terminal to give myself a whole bunch of credits at the start of the NG. But next NG, I do want to switch it up a little bit. I think I'm going to just head straight for the Trackers Alliance expansion and just, kill and sell gear. I have a feeling I would make more than enough credits if I did that. And I'm not super worried about, like, being able to survive that without decent weapons because I only play on normal. It's not like I play on extreme. And did I get stuck? Did my game crash? Oh, man. Oh, man. Really? Some bitch. Right? So this should be the last stream that I need to do that would qualify me for affiliate. Yeah, I'm not exactly at that point where I'm getting bored without a challenge. I'm just thinking about switching things up a little bit more, maybe doing less of an easy play. I can't tell if it's because I'm embarrassed or whatever, because the guys are like, ooh, extreme this and hardship that. I don't know. Oh, the pathway to affiliate it's actually pretty simple. The hardest one is usually just getting the 50 followers, but with the guys backing me up, we had that the first night. And then it was just a couple more requirements on like streaming a certain amount. And of those amounts, the longest one to achieve is to stream 7 days in a 30-day period. And well, this is the 7th day. But as far as anything else, that the all of the other qualifications to make affiliate, the guys crushed it the first night. In fact, I'm actually bordering on 100 followers already. If I get 19 more followers, I'll break 100. I never in my life would have thought that I would even get, 50. actually really like this music. It's very soothing. Yeah, affiliate allows you to have subscribers. It allows you to run ads, so you get a little bit of revenue that way. I think it opens up the ability to like connect to things like Throne for gifts or even tipping. And I did spend a little time setting up a Throne today. I don't know if it's connected already, if it works or anything though. Nice. Yep, exactly. Now back to having fun. Okay. Oh no. Well, poop. That's the first time that glitch has happened for me. The rook meets king not triggering. So now I've got both Freestar and Crimson Fleet that did not progress. Ugh. I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna have to dump the mission control. That sucks.
If friends offered me a nice, cushy office job, would I make it double up? Jokes on them.
I could have tolerated it if it was just Crimson Fleet or just Freestar that didn't progress. But having both quest lines not progress, that's gonna get stinky. I took care of Percival's debt to the Trade Authority.
You now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Good you're going in there, actually. Bunch of spacers moved. Don't expect he'd run out before they got taken care of, but I'm sure he'll appreciate not having to find out if I left him with enough rations. Here, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Cool, cool, cool.
gathering of Sanctum Universum faithful listen to hear their founder.
The community center on P1 is a good place to connect with others.
Yeah.
Got anything you need to offer? Need some work done? Okay, no problem.
Dang it.
Okay, no problem.
I wasn't doing the vehicles before because I had been running with more than one companion, but now that whoa, now that I'm starting to embrace soloing a bit more, it seems ridiculous to not get the vehicle. Hopefully I can afford to get one of the hovercrafts someday, because my driving is shit. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, like, I hope I can afford it, because they all cost, creation credits. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that slide was pretty sick. Cowards annoy me. Like, I have the stamina to go chase your sorry butt. stay still and die. My goodness, how hard is it? You were saying? Low gravity. Look, wound up right at the railing I was trying to jump over. Seriously? Okay. Now, this is another thing. Has anybody else noticed that there is this emergency cuttable wall right here? I'm kind of wondering if it's cut content.
There you are.
Yes, here I am. I'm trying to get a wall open, buddy. Would you? Rude!
Oh, fire! Fire!
So if you cut through that wall, there's a slate in here, but not anything else. I found an old book of astrology. Apparently I'm a Sagittarius, whatever that means. And get this, my horoscope said you should not be afraid of the dark cave and the truths that lie within. Obviously nonsense, but it's fitting. Guess a broken clock is right twice a day. This is the third of these abandoned shafts that I've gone exploring in. And there's tons of good stuff that they all left behind. The advent of laser mining may never be a challenge for these old, big machine-based mines, but they're a jackpot for scroungers like yours truly. Big mining conglomerates look at huge pieces of machinery and decide it's not worth it to drag it out. But someone like me, I can spend a month poking around and tearing out, oh god, old heat exchangers to make a year's salary selling them to scrappers in Cydonia. Wait. Is this the miner who uncovered the artifact? Meanwhile, the spaces upstairs are actually just waiting their turn now. Oh, what are we stuck on? Hey. Listen, not fair. Let me out. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, I know. Scream. All you want. I'll kill you anyway. Okay, so I missed a couple of the ones back here. Yeah. Oh my god.
Show yourself, bastard. We gotta leave now. This is gonna be fun.
Really? Listen, I'm not jumping down anymore because there's too much low gravity here. So if you want to die, you got to come down here and die proper.
There you are. It's payday. Move! Just get too much! Getting out of here!
Still up there? Cowards.
You're not taking me out!
Well, alrighty then. So I'm thinking this might be the halfway through the deep mines part where that magazine is. Oh my god, stop running!
Fire! You think that hurt? Open up! Now! Say goodbye!
See, that guy was nice. He at least got down to the catwalk where I could reach him. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Really? Fine. Alright. Okay. Halfway through the deep mines in a large area with crew quarter habitats. Book is located on the second floor on a table near a research lab. Okay. I think that's where we are. So, let's go up a level and look for a research lab. Wow. Is that the one I was going for? Varoon Scripture 10, that is the one. Yes. Hoot.
You're going down.
Really? Wait, did you seriously just threatened me, shot at me, immediately screamed, and ran away?
Too much. Getting out of here.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's because my armor is set to things like reflect and demoralize and that stuff, so all they have to do is attack me and then they're scared. Can't see a damn thing. Door? So, no? What the hell?
Hunker down!
Not worth dying over nothing. Damn it. I smell credits. Give me some cover. I've had enough of this.
See? That's what I like. Polite enough to come down to my level.
Take it! Take more! Get out of here! You're not taking me out!
I never noticed this here before. Now I'm curious. Oh, to the surface. Okay. Where the hell am I going?
Just die already!
Got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
Nefarious old men, I love it. Dr. Walker, I've got a tissue sample that I need analyzed. Full workup.
Tissue sample? You came all the way down here for that? Must be some damn important cells. You want to tell me what I'm about to be staring at?
Terramorph cells from a world too young to have one.
A fast-growing Terramorph. That is concerning. Who exactly told you to bring this to me?
Hadrian Sinon.
Hadrian? She gave you this? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt.
Just paid the whole thing off, huh? Hope it's obvious from my current circumstances that that's gonna be a gift, not a loan.
All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we?
All right, just get those cellular markers tagged.
Oh, whoops.
Wait. Where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
Okay, sorry. I needed to check something. Hey, fairy eyes. I'm just checking to see if my mouse is charged up because it was giving me issues earlier. The sample is not fake. I collected it from the Terramorph myself.
Can't just humor an old man, huh?
Nope, I can't. Sorry.
This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Sounds familiar, yeah?
City wiped completely off the map by Terramorphs. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any Terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-Terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity. So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
Orders are to take you and that analysis to Hadrian. She should be waiting at the 6th circle.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Careful down near the mines and enter any active sites at your own risk.
Do your part to keep Sidonia graffiti free.
really her? Hadrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
A little more gunfire than I would usually like on my delivery jobs, but nothing I couldn't manage.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinium.
Londinium. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Va'ruun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
If all you need is someone to charm the higher-ups, I'm your gal.
Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
I actually know who you are and your past. Well, that's none of my concern.
Oh, well, that means a lot. It's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying Terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Vaughn, you mean the thing about Vevictus? Okay, then let's go talk to this Cabinet.
All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the Cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Indeed. funny you say that because I always tell them. I figure Hadrian especially deserves to know the truth about her dad.
Red and orange.
After one
It's red and orange.
county.
Anyone remember what star system Europa is in? Is it Sol? Listen, I'm not invalidating you at all. I think that, yes, ignorance is bliss is... That's one thing. Personally, I would rather know the ugly truth than a beautiful lie. And if I found out somebody was keeping information from me just because they thought I couldn't handle it, that might piss me off a tiny bit. But that's the great thing about this game, so we can all do exactly what makes the most sense to us. We can choose our morality, and I love that. But my partner would agree with you.
Last call for the shuttle to Aquila City.
His philosophy would be more along the lines of like, what they don't know can't hurt them. Unfortunately, I put that to bed real freaking quick. Because I'm good at researching and I'm good at finding things out, and so when he was being dishonest with me in the act of trying to quote-unquote protect me, yeah, he learned the hard way that that didn't go over well. But it's all good. I worked on creating a safe space for him to be honest with me. Now he doesn't feel like he has to hold anything back. Oh, I mean, yeah, I've actually gone a few where I didn't tell them. So, is Europa here? What is that? Of some sort, okay. You see vigilance, okay. there it is. Okay. I had some things to check out about here anyway, it looks like. I'm only missing one POI magazine. Unfortunately, finding that particular POI has been very difficult. Seems to be one of the rarer ones. You know, game-breaking things like certain quests not triggering kind of makes me feel like I should just tap out of this universe and move on to the next. Just clean up my files and my to-do list and move on. Yeah. And Angry went on a giant rant about mission control because the mod author basically tore it down off of Creations. said a whole bunch of bullshit about how it didn't make sense to keep it up on Nexus and Creations and maintain it in two places because they don't use an Xbox. So why should they worry about it? Oh man, that sent Angry on a whole tear about alienating more than half of the gaming community. Exactly. So I think that since we were all doing mission control plus the take your time, that actually might be what's causing the conflict. So I'm going to try a run with just take your time active and try another run with just mission control active. Assuming I would still have access to mission control. But that also might be what bugged me out, is if she took it off Creations. So I might only have the option of trying it out and seeing if the take your times work. Reaper! What's up, my dude? You ready to take over, or do you want me to go for a little bit longer? I mean, I don't have to. I was just wondering if you wanted to get I mean, I'm just trying to defer to you, my gentleman. If you want to kick it off, you can most certainly can. Also, we were just talking about the whole mission control thing. And I now have 2 quest lines that have bugged out on me. Okay, that's cool. Yes, I think it's actually a conflict between, mission control and take your time. I think having them both active might have been what broke the shit. Yeah. And I'll try to let Angry fill you in, but the mod author for Mission Control pulled it from Creations, deleted it entirely, went on a huge tear on Nexus about how people don't read and blah blah blah, and why maintain the mod on 2 different sites. Angry just, as a mod author, called absolute bullshit on that. Yeah, so I think clearly I need to jump Mission Control, but I think I'm going to try keeping the Take Your Times active just to see if, I want to science it out, see if maybe the Take Your Times. He was so grumpy last night. I mean, I feel for him. He was just having a rough night in general, and I think that just added to it. He was a grumpy McGrumper pants.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the Cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. Though I was a bit caught off guard when the commander of the Vanguard asked me how things were going as I was headed up the elevator. Hadn't realized you were UC Navy this whole time.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, your call what you share and what you don't. And I guess in the spirit of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War. Former head of the UC Navy. They called him Vae Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Doesn't sound like they succeeded in securing that legacy.
No. They made a pretty grave miscalculation. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
You're not your father. If the Cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the Cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Actually, I do need to go take care of a few things.
Come find me when you're done.
That might be next NG, sweetie. Alright. I need an opinion, folks. Should I just bounce? Should I NG? All right.
Although we have not been able to track down. Is preying on them.
Now, do you want me to keep going through that on stream, or should I take care of that off stream? Because I mean, I'm gonna have to like delete some creations and stuff and all that. Might take a bit. I don't mind hanging out while I take care of that stuff, but I just... I don't want it to be, you know, I don't know, weird or boring or whatever. NG on stream. Everything? Like, cleaning up the files and all of it? I think my game froze. Okay. Well, there you go. I just broke it by trying to access my inventory. Angry is still trying to figure out, like, how my DSM has me way overpowered. Like, some of my guns are doing over 150k energy damage. Oh, and you weren't here when I mentioned this. And also, sorry, I read that wrong. You said you wanted to see me broke for 5 seconds, not to see what I broke. It's interesting that you mentioned that because one, since I play on normal and not on extreme like you crazy men, I was thinking I might just not cheat a whole bunch of credits, but just take what I'm given and do the Trackers Alliance expansion. Just loot and sell and see if that is enough money to get me started. Gah. Let's just say you've inspired me to take a few more risks. Which is funny because, you know, you also inspired me to solo a little bit more. I learned more about making smaller ship designs through you. And it's funny because I know I saw you do it, and Nate definitely did it too. You both started making a couple of bigger ship designs, I think, after seeing the monstrosity that I created. Mhm. Exactly. I think that's one of the reasons why it's amazing that we have such a like a robust and tight community because we inspire each other to try different things, to switch up our gameplay. We learn from each other. I enjoy hanging with you guys. I do have to make one quick stop before I go to Procyon, though. You know, and considering some of those mods have absolutely broken shit, yeah, that's a problem. Mhm. Perry, same. Same. I would not be streaming right now if it hadn't been for Angry saying, "I'm gonna take these 2 days off a week." And I was like, "What am I gonna do? I don't have Angry to watch that night." And then I was like, "Well, wait a minute. What if I stream? What if, what if I just kinda become the change that I wanna see?" And here we go. I'll have to keep an eye on, like, when you stream, Perry, too, because I'm not sure that it's showing up in my alerts. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's try that again. Jeebity damn creepity. Did I kill it again? Ugh. I keep forgetting that New Atlantis is just like, don't do that stuff, Briar. You have a base on Jemison for a freaking reason. I feel that. I'm finally starting. I was literally yawning for I think the first hour of stream. It was really embarrassing. Like, I made a cup of coffee to try to wake up, but then I used sweetened creamer, which I think made me sleepy. It's like matter and antimatter. Yeah, I kind of gave up coffee for a while. Several different reasons, but there's so many like just yummy sounding Terra brews that I was really just craving a coffee today. Oh, not this shit. Reaper, I'm going to give it one more shot. If it breaks after this, I'm going to have to call it. Because this time it's not just my setup, it's that the cloud servers are having an issue. Yeah, I'll let you know. We'll see if it like I'm basically just gonna give it until one more crash. And if that's in 2 minutes or 2 hours, we'll see. Yep, it's cracked. This part where it's supposed to be push any button to start. Nothing. It's not even recognizing that my controller is connected. See what happens if I unplug my controller and plug it back in. Yep. I just wanted you to get started so I could raid out to you. Thank you. Thank you for being so patient and understanding. Thank you, Perry. All right, listen a minute, Reaper. I'm doing it from the mobile app on my phone, and I don't see a way to like just say go.